Hi, welcome to the Andrew Buckle book review of Living the Line presents The Strange Death of Alex Raymond. Now this is by Dave Sim and Carson Grubaugh. And wow, this is an amazing book. This is truly impressive. Now this is Living the Line, there's obviously the company there. And well, what can I say about this book? It is the most confusing, this is going to be probably a book I will read over and over again, and maybe one day I might even work out what actually is going on. Obviously there's the strange death of Alex Raymond, but beyond that it is amazing, and it actually says it all. I think there's a quote on the back: comics answer to Finnegan's Wake. And if you've ever read Finnegan's Wake, I tempted to read Finnegan's Wake. Now I've got a mate who can read Finnegan's Wake and loves it and explains all those things. However, I can't. I must admit, those sort of things just baffle. Anything too complicated like that, I'm like, I just want a nice, straight narrative. If you're going to go for straight narratives, this is not the book you're going to be looking for. But if you want, as it says, a masterpiece, this book is definitely up there with masterpieces because it's utterly, utterly amazing. It really is. It's super impressive artwork all the way through, very informative. If you're willing to read all the various sections, it's head-on collision of line drawing and spiritual intrigue. Pulp comics, movies, history and fiction. Story traces the lives and techniques of Alex Raymond and many others. Hal Foster and also Stan Drake and so on and so. Wow is the word that comes to mind. It is impressive. Now this book has got about 300 odd pages and it's 310 I would say. And even there, I can't really tell it. The page numbers sort of slightly go a bit straight at the end. However, wow. And you've got a nice little forward there. Might explain a little bit, obviously, about things. But the artwork is just incredible. Absolutely staggeringly brilliant all the way through. It's, wow. Super impressive. I just love it. Look at that. I mean, you can't really appreciate it, I don't think, when you're looking at the on the screen, because but I would suggest if you want to buy this book, I would recommend you look for it now, because it was actually very hard for me to find. There were copies around. I had problems trying to get it online. It's going to be one of those books that's going to be tricky to get, I would thought. Maybe in the States, maybe more accessible, but certainly in the UK, it was in the comic shops, but their copies seem to have virtually vanished. So it's one that I'm really glad I got, because I've been waiting on pre-order for this for ages and the pre-order just stopped. So, but this starts with this woman goes into a comic shop, and she's just reading this book, The Strange Death. Now these originally were in Glamourpuss. I think that was the comic title, Glamourpuss. I remember buying not all the copies, but I bought odd issues because the artwork was just superb. I just loved it. I mean, the covers were brilliant. Would be nice if they were included as well. Actually, I would love to see a reprint of some of those. But this is just staggeringly brilliant all the way through. And it's, well, you've got about fonts, you've got design, you've got literally everything. The kitchen sink is thrown into this book. And it's got here Foster, Caniff, Raymond, etc. And it's just, wow. I know I've said that a few times, but this Glamourpuss, there's the cover. There's the Glamourpuss cover. And it's just stunning all the way through. You've got and the thing is, when you're looking through this, you think, oh no, obviously Al Williamson, just superb artist, and there's a lot of text as well, so there's a lot to read through. You've also got lots of verse. This John Prentice, you can see the quality. This is quality all the way through. It's just so beautifully drawn. Actually, I love the rain as well. Lots of great scenes with rain as well. Obviously, spirit there. I love this one. It's not my fault. It's got the rain, but living the line, and it's dripping away there. I think that's just, but the snow, everything about it, just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Ted Adams there, Hal Foster. And of course, the trouble is, whenever you look at these books, it's sort of, you end up then, of course, have to look for some other ones. So I've just got a book on Hal Foster, looking the Alex Raymond one. Unfortunately, they're quite expensive. So it's not. So this book, I think, is just, you've got lots of covers as well. Of course, you've got Army at War, Easy and Co, Milton, Caniff. He's got all the different schools. Obviously, he's setting out his stall, of which And also, of course, all like word balloons, just really, I love text like that. It's just beautiful. And it's just page after page after page of just magnificent artwork and panel structure. And I'm certain that people will be studying this and going through this for many years. And I certainly will be. And certainly it's really inspiring as well, because I look at this and think, wow, I never really thought about some of these things. And maybe, of course, maybe some of it's perhaps a bit over the top. But if you really want to study and understand all the artwork, how to do things, it's great to get these sort of books, because it's just like, I mean, look at that, just sort of describing all the various things about the ink, the brushes, and also opinions about the brushes as well. Just Nightingale test pattern. You've got all sort of, just wow. Neil Adams, of course, just beautiful. It's beautiful all the way through. Absolutely, and it covers loads and loads of great things. I love this one, Zelda Sire. I never even realised that. Sire Fitzgerald. So you've got lots of information. Obviously, victim of fire, Mrs. Fitzgerald. You've also got like Black Widow, comic books and everything, all just turning up. Everything in different pages, different angles, different things. Just there, you've got Bullet Man, I think, or Keith Butler. Gone with the Wind. Everything is thrown into this. This is just, you've got old magazines. I mean, look at that, just beautiful. I love those old magazines. I mean, Metropolitan and all those sort of things. You've got Juliet Jones, whatever. It's just, wow, going back to like the 17th century, the sort of lovely drawings. Also, this sort of Hester Prynne, the Stocks engraved illustration from 1878. As you know, I mean, this is just beautiful, beautiful book. And also, I love like the use of the text there. Just absolutely glorious. Love that style. Also, pages of like newspapers and things. And then it goes weirdly into this, but it's still beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. You've got this beautiful blue at the, this is just the way that all the layout of all the panels sort of goes spiraling around. And you've also got, of course, certain characters turning up and things all over the place. It's just everything is thrown into this. This is a book I will be reading and rereading many times. And maybe one day I might even actually understand the sort of narrative flow. Maybe there is a complete, not obvious flow all the way through it, other than obviously what it's called, The Strange Death of Alex Raymond. But it's still, wow, just beautiful. I just love all the panels. I would say, talking about structure, 15 panels, bleak prospect, and just, now I don't know, there was some comments about various things about the issue. Maybe you want to check on the Amazon website or other places about various issues. I don't know. So I would suggest you check out if you're really, I mean, for myself, I'm not so obsessive in terms of worrying about if there's a page missing or something. There was some talk about that. I noticed there was some issue with I've no idea. Absolutely no idea about that. So, but I still think this is just this one. And talking about Cerebus. And 6,000, wow, was it 6,000 pages? I was actually tempted to get the cover edition book. I nearly got that. I was sort of thinking, sort of maybe, possibly, maybe not. I didn't in the end. Maybe I should have done. But still, this is, and then it's got a biography at the back, of course. It's always very useful to have those sort of things. David Victor Sim and Carson Grubaugh. And it's also got contributors, etc. at the back, which is stunning. This book is an absolute masterpiece. This will be, as it said, possibly one of the most creative and imaginative piece of cartoon by one of the best cartoonists of all time. I think this is definitely, probably, yeah, it is absolutely superb, if not very, very, very confusing, certainly for the first couple of read-throughs. I've gone through it a number of times. I was reading on the train, trying to work out, I've just come back from London. I bought it up in London, and I was reading. I'm thinking, I have no idea. I have no idea what was going on at all. This just, I mean, it's just, I suppose because it's sort of, I don't know, but it's wow. Rip Kirby, everyone, Flashcore, everyone's thrown into this, and it's just brilliant. Hardback, absolutely. You can see it's a quality volume. Absolutely beautiful paper as well. The paper is just lovely. The white, just masterpiece. So this is definitely a 20 out of 10 sort of total recommended brilliant comic book to check out. Strange Death of Alex Raymond by Dave Sim and Carson Grubaugh. Oh, my apologies for saying his name completely wrong.